So here we're pulling into what's the name of the town?
Kralendijk
in Bonaire. And we're in 120 feet of water, and as you can see, it just goes from 120 up to 30 right here off the boat. So now I'm going to clearing customs, because that's the rule, right? So the captain has to go in by himself. So I've got all of our passports and all of our stuff, and we are tied up to the mooring ball here. Tied up to the mooring ball. It's really great. Back on dry land. So now we got to find customs and immigration. Okay, so for the first time ever, customs here and immigration requires that everybody come. Usually it's just the captain has to go. And so now I've got to go back and get Lenny and Richard and finish up the paperwork so we can be legal. And it is 10:30, so it'll probably be beer 30 when this is done. So after the Smiths and Happy Together's first, what we would kind of call an ocean crossing, we were at sea for
Caribbean Sea Crossing.
Fifth Caribbean Sea Crossing, 51 hours. So here we go, Maneuverschluck. And this is the original Maneuverschluck, Captain.
There you go.
Okay. And here we are in Bonaire. Our table is quite close to the water. Our boat is right over there. Life is good.
We're all going, oh, it's just underneath the boat.
So we just came back from lunch to our double mooring ball bridle and found that one of the mooring balls from the Park Service has broken, which means our boat is being held on right now by one line and the other one is dragging under the boat. So we are going to have to dive in there and figure out if we can reattach it or call for help, because you are not allowed to anchor in this country. What do you see?
Well, it's chafed through.
I see the end.
It's just chafed through.
Oh yeah.
You know, so wherever it is attached, you know, which I can't see without a mask.
Here. So we're gonna reattach our own mooring line now to the park mooring. So Richard's gonna dive down and attach that. Nice work. I don't want to... So, our first night in Bonaire, having our Maneuverschluck.
Happy to the crew.
With the crew of the Happy Together. Richard is now signed on permanently, so you'll see him on every episode of Sailing SV Happy Together. Wait, did you know that?
We will add him to the profile.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
But when he found out there was rosé, he's like, I'm never leaving. So... but what a great trip we had, and what a lot we learned from Richard on watch keeping and just everything nautical. And Lenny and I feel like we're ready for our next overnight or whatever soon.
Call me Captain Ron, boss. Everybody does.
So today we're in Bonaire, and we're going to start diving, this is one of the top 3 dive spots in the world. And what's interesting about the island is we're anchored here or moored here in 10 feet of water, and right off the back of the boat it drops off to 100 and then down to 500 just within a couple boat lengths. So it does that kind of all around the island. So there's all these amazing wall dives. So Lenny she's Googling to find out what the best dives are for us based on what we like to do, and we're loading up the gear and getting ready to hit it. This one's called 1,000 Steps, and they give you these convenient dive moorings so that you can tie up to them, like Lenny is doing here. And then we dive right off the dinghy, which is pretty awesome. And the reason I'm yelling is because this case doesn't absorb sound very good.
Yes.
Here we are on top of the stars. Never thought we'd ever get this far. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. Here we are, this is a time, like a dream coming to life. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. Moments like this. I try to take a breath, thoughts racing through my head. I try to capture it, but a picture can't hold what a heart is feeling. I just wanna stop the world from spinning, slow it all down for a minute, so that I can take it in. I can take it in. Here we are, on top of the stars. Never thought we'd ever get this far. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. Here we are, this is a time, like a dream coming to life. We live.
Okay, that's Lenny's deepest dive now. 68 feet. And what a beautiful wall dive that was. So we rented a little tiny stick shift car in Bonaire, and we decided to go out and tour the countryside. And it's really cool, but it's not what you'd expect. This island is like a desert. There's cactus, and it looks more like you're driving through Baja California or Arizona than an island in the Caribbean. The diving was amazing, as you saw from that video, and we're going to do some more tomorrow. But this is
donkey crossing.
This is very cool, but it is very much like a desert. Uh-oh.
Are you kidding me right now?
Well, let's see if we can get him over here.
No, baby. You can bite. Oh, he might take.
Come here. Come here. Hey, donkey, come here. Come here. Come over here. How you doing?
Baby,
Come
don't
here.
touch it. You could have.
Come here.
You could have donkey rabies.
Come here. Come here, donkey.
He thinks you're
Hi.
feeding him.
Oh, I don't have any food. I don't have any food. I'm sorry. Hold on, I gotta roll up my window just a little bit because I don't want you to reach in here and bite me. How you doing? May we pass this way, please?
He's mad that you don't have food.
I don't have any food, donkey. Okay, bye, donkey.
Make sure you don't bite him, run him over.
That was quite surprising.
You're gonna run him over. Oh, he's not leaving.
He won't move.
Beep.
Okay, no, don't beep. Don't beep. Okay, donkey, we're just gonna go this way.
To run over his feet.
Okay, we're gonna go. God, I feel like he knows what we were saying.
That was crazy. He did know that we had no food.
That was... So we're driving past this big lake in the middle of the island. It's really cool. And there's the pink flamingos right there.
There he is.
Look, roll down your window.
Unbelievable.
They are so pink.
They're so pretty.
I want to put one of those in front of my house. That is cool.
He sailed right by there. There's no way that humans
Yeah.
lived there. No way.
Yeah.
Like they just slept in there?
Yep. Say what they are.
Oh, they're slave huts.
So back when they were slavery, they lived in those little dog houses.
They had a lot of slavery here. Apparently.
That is really awful.
This is the salt pier and the salt pans crystallizer where they obviously do something with the salt to ship it. There's mounds of salt.
This makes me want to have French fries so
I
bad.
know, it makes me want to have salty stuff.
Yeah, or a margarita.
Crazy.
That's what I am going to go have a margarita. They probably imported the salt from China for the margarita.
Yeah.
Look at this. Can we?
It looks like snow.
So those are just mountains of salt. And look at those conveyor
Where
cars.
is a bluebird?
Wow, Bonaire is cool. Lots to do here. We're only here for 3 nights. 3 nights and 4 days, and you can easily do a week in Bonaire. And although this trip's almost over, it didn't end without excitement. We're tied on the mooring ball at Bonaire, and the whole island is like a breakwater from the easterly wind. And they say that they put out a siren if the wind is going to come out of the west, because the boats would all crash right into the shore here if the wind was coming out of the west. And a huge squall has come up, and I don't know if you can see this, but there's 4-foot waves coming right in. I have to sit here with my engines on and everything ready to go in case our mooring line breaks. The back of our boat is about 30 or 40 feet off of a concrete seawall. We're in 2 feet of water, or 2 feet below the keel. And everybody at this little marina next to us is getting on their boats and pulling off the marina so they don't get pounded to bits. We're getting a distress call from a boater right now, an American calling for a mayday. This isn't the Coast Guard. Where are you? What's your trouble?
The boat is Hershey. We are on we broke away from our mooring, and we're on the ground in Bonaire. Coast Guard?
No, this is not the Coast Guard. I have a phone number to the Coast Guard. I'm going to call them for you.
Okay, thank you. This is Hershey. We broke away from our mooring on Bonaire, and we're on ground, and we're very, very close to the shore. Can you help?
Is that the Coast Guard?
Okay, that's understood. We're gonna contact our Coast Guard unit over there in Bonaire, see what they can.
Yeah, this is the worst possible scenario. So that's one boat broke off its mooring and against the wall with that mayday call. Sorry I didn't film this, but we've had a crazy 1 hour with the mooring lines almost snapping, other boats aground. We can't get out of here because we have 2 boats in front of us, and if we untie our moorings, we'll run over the lines and get them in the props. And the waves have just been battering our boats sideways, and every time a wave hits, we don't know if it's going to break the mooring lines. So the squall that caused all this havoc is still kind of hanging on. I don't know if you can see it in the sky over here. And the lightning display is almost something I've never seen before. And I've lived in Florida for 30 years. Other boats snapped their moorings, lost their dinghies. The water is up over the road. What a night. Oh, what a night. Look at these waves rolling in here. Look at that boat right in front of us.
Oh, what a night.
That's our new friends.
Late December back in 63.
We were all the way in there, right up against that breakwater. And now we're offshore in the deep water, finally. What a harrowing experience. That 52-footer is up against the wall now. Good chance that boat won't make it. So we just arrived in Curacao after leaving that storm in Bonaire this morning, and we're pulling into the Santa Barbara Resort and Marina, and it is really nice. This is really cool. This bay goes way back inside the island, and apparently there's a marina behind this resort that we're going to called Cerro Boca. What a day. I don't know where to start.
And it's not over.
And it's not over. Yeah, we're in the car of the dockhand at Cerro Boca Marina in Curacao. And he's going to drive us to customs because apparently that's a big thing. And we've already tied up at the marina here. It's so cute, babe. We just cleared customs in downtown Curacao. And now we're headed back to the marina. This might might be the longest day in Happy Together history.
Yeah, for sure.
Clearing out of customs in Bonaire, dealing with the storm, sailing 40 miles to Curacao, marina on one end of the island, car to the other end of the island, hour at immigration, hour at customs, hour at the rental car.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
And now we are back at the boat, and we're in a beautiful resort called Santa Barbara, and apparently they have a fancy Italian restaurant.
We're gonna go check it out.
Yeah, we are gonna check that out.
So since we left St. Martin and St. Bart's in July of this year, we have not been to an island where I have actually dried my hair or put makeup on or put jewelry that isn't an insect repellent. So we just landed in Curacao and it's amazing, and we're in the Santa Barbara Marina and there's a resort and we think it's kind of nice. We actually have no idea. So I now have dried hair and makeup and an outfit and on heels. So excited.
Curacao Airport. It's beautiful. Getting ready to head on. Doing some editing on my YouTube channel and
Doing research for our return trip. It's usually what we do in the airport.
yeah, and we've got some maintenance tasks coming up on the next trip.
Yeah.
We had a couple of problems and we're gonna have to haul the boat again, and so a lot of that coming. Other than that, it was a fantastic week sailing from Grenada to Curacao. Awesome. 2016. Heading to Catamaran Corner for the sailboat show. But we've been looking at power boats for the last 2 days.
Through my head, I try to capture it, but a picture can't hold what the heart is feeling. I just wanna stop the world from spinning, slow it all down for a minute.
We're here in Fort Lauderdale at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show, and we're walking down and we met Bob and Pam, and they are YouTube followers and they've watched all our videos.
Everyone.
Several times. And they take notes and they appreciate it, and we love it when you guys find us and reach out to us. So keep doing it. Now, I don't know if they drink rosé, but I might send them a... I was going to send you a...
Let my dad know.